What about number one? Andrew Luck taking his show on the road in the Windy City against Jay Cutler and the Bears. Remember, they started 7-3 before he got injured. Won just one game after that. And Jay.
Marsh now.
Don't do it, Jay.
Oh, yeah, he did.
TJ, you can't start off like that.
Jarrell Freeman picking it off on the Colts lead at 7-7. He missed on his first 8 attempts.
You know he heard some cat calls.
So how about if the Bears run the ball with Matt Forte a little bit?
He should. Man paid. Rightfully so, Marshall.
Listen, and this is why do you even make the man hold out and do the things that they did? Because he is the center of your offense.
Well, he can do it on the ground. He can do it through the air as well. It's so nice for a quarterback to have a running back that can catch it, right, Marshall?
Yeah, catching, running, blocks.
That was Marshall Falkish right there.
That's what I always
That was Marshall Falkish right there.
And it led to a Brandon Marshall touchdown. Bears take a 14-7 lead. Next Colts possession. Hey, Andrew Luck gave it a shot downfield, Michael. You got to try it sometimes.
And I like Andrew Luck, man. I love the young man. He gives the guy an opportunity right there, but wow.
That's a great play.
What a great defensive play. That's a play like I remember young Deion Sanders made in college on me one day.
I don't know about that run after the catch, but that was a good play.
High point the ball if you're wide out.
Yeah, yep.
That one by Tim Jennings led to a Bears field goal who were up 10 until Donald Brown busted through. He only carried it 9 times for 48 yards.
Who was that?
That was Donald Brown. Third quarter going back to Matt Forte. You like him, Prime.
I love it. Matt, I call him Rapid Forte because you just give it to him, he's going to hit a beat for you. This guy, arguably, is the best back in the game today.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, all around complete. Yeah, it is.
120 total yards. Fourth quarter, Luck, the first of what will be many, to Donnie Avery. First career touchdown. Threw for 309, also got picked off 3 times.
Yeah, but he will have many touchdowns.
Hey, how about rookies that might make an impact? How about the second-round pick out of South Carolina, Alshon Jeffrey?
That's a nice throw.
It's a bad boy now.
Big fella.
That's a bad boy. And with Brandon Marshall on the other side, he's going to see single coverage. He could have a good year.
185th meeting of the Bears and the Packers. No Greg Jennings for Green Bay, the wideout in street clothes on the sideline. Jay Cutler a little cocky going into the game. Wish the Packers DBs good luck covering his wideouts. Aaron Rodgers undefeated at Lambeau against the Bears, but his 5th home start against them did not start smoothly. A sack there, guys. Corey Wooten and Shea McClellan both in on it, and he leaves the field holding his right elbow. Graham Harrell warmed up briefly, but Rodgers stayed in the game. Sacked 4 times in the first half. Jay Cutler ended up on his back 3 times before the break.
Clay Matthews, one of his biggest moves, gets around Webb. We knew this would be a good matchup, and Clay Matthews looked like he's back doing the dance, showing the pipes off, Sean.
We saw plenty of those pipes all night long.
Speaking of pipes, Jay Cutler giving Demarcus Webb an earful there on the sideline. I'm guessing he will not be buying him dinner this week. That's what you guys do, right, Sean? How about Green Bay running the ball?
It looks like they took a page out of the Minnesota Vikings, Percy Harvin, giving the guy a ball, a fast guy, putting him in space and let him do what he does.
Play of the first half, maybe the game right here. You think they're kicking, but they're not.
Great gutsy call by Mike McCarthy.
Wasn't this 4th and 26?
4th and 26.
Looks like they had to read to make sure. It was 4th and 26. It looked like all those guys was pushing down the linemen, getting ready to put a little big push, but a 45-yard field goal. No.
They were looking for the low kick.
Hunter and a backup tight end there. Packers do kick a real field goal before the half after a Cutler pick. They're up 13-0 at the break.
Yeah, the Bears had just 47 total yards in the first half. They got to get Matt Forte going, however, after catching this pass for 14 yards. A sprained right ankle was the early diagnosis. He was done for the night, taking a huge chunk out of their offense, Sean.
Losing Matt Forte might be even bigger than actually losing the game.
You know, the Bears, they opened their mouths all week about those Packers DBs. They couldn't get Brandon Marshall open all game. First time they target him, and Willie, what happens?
I guess the ball hit him in the wrong place, Chris. It hit him in the hands. And after having double coverage the whole game, he's wide open. The cornerback falls down. He couldn't have put it in a better place than that.
Had to settle for a field goal there. They targeted him 15 times last week in that win over Indy. Next Bears possession, Cutler dancing, and he is picked by the veteran, the former Defensive Player of the Year, Charles Woodson, 55th career INT, only Ed Reed's 58, more among active players. He can ball, Willie.
Yeah, he can ball. And you know what? The receiver has to help him out a little bit. He has to come to the ball and give his quarterback a chance, fight for it. But anytime you throw at that guy, your chances are bad.
Ensuing pack possession, Rodgers to James Jones and Sean. You got to hang on to this.
Yeah, another drop ball. And really, drop passes was the theme of the night. And it was a tough throw. It was high, but that's something that you got to come down.
He's got to make those catches. He's got to make those.
Well, Jermichael Finley had 4 catches on the night, but Willie, what a great job here as Charles Tillman joins the SWAT team.
And here's a guy that was questionable before the game. He came up, textbook tackle, put his head across the chest, and swatted, knocked the ball out.
Peanut.
Fourth quarter, Brandon Marshall still catchless at this point. Going deep for him, and how about Tremont Williams? One of his 2 INTs on the night. He's turning into one of the best DBs in the game, Willie.
Well, Tremont Williams had him man-to-man all night with the safety over the top, playing the trail technique. And after Jay Cutler took a big hit, underthrew the ball, caught it at its high point.
So what do? You go for the kill. Rodgers to Donald Driver's only catch of the day, 60th career TD catch for him. Only Don Hudson and our Sterling Sharp have more in Packers lore. Hey, one Dancing with the Stars, why not? And then how do you celebrate? You go do the mooch. Get in there.
I think he got up a little higher than Mooch, though.
Yeah,
a little smoother.
Better vertical.
Just a little bit more. So 23-10 is your final. This one, however, all about the Packers D. 168 total yards for the Bears, 7 sacks, 4 INTs for Green Bay, which got a little inspiration in the strangest place.
Let's go to Chicago. Steven Jackson active for the game with a groin injury. Matt Forte out. Michael Bush start in his place. Jay Cutler, a lot of eyeballs on him today, Tom. What'd you see?
I saw him not be overly accurate early on, but I saw a better game plan. We saw the screen pass a couple of times. The offensive line did a better job. Jay only sacked twice, but overall, this wasn't about their offense today. It was about their defense.
And Cortland Finnegan, Darren, is going to find a way to make the highlights every Sunday.
Good or bad, huh?
He's going to be there.
He's going to either be fighting or he's going to be fighting for the football. But I tell you what, this kid has a knack for being around the ball, and he's probably one of the best one-on-one cover corners in the league. Maybe the most scrappiest in the league, too.
Take another look here, Tom, and the play would be reviewed. Finnegan ruled down by contact.
Yeah, Jay contacted Finnegan. Finnegan contacted the ground before the ball came out. That's his 3rd pick on the season.
Ball
Great
found
start.
its way to Brandon Marshall 5 times today, 71 yards. Good job of coming back to it there.
Well, you could just see that those 2 guys actually have a whole lot of chemistry. They got Jay outside the pocket a little bit today, too, which was a good thing.
Hits him in stride inside the 5-yard line. Marshall goes for 12 yards. You see Cutler injures his throwing hand on the play. Gets looked down to the sideline.
Just a flesh wound.
That's it. It's okay. Quarterback can live with that. Michael Bush finds the end zone. 3-yard touchdown. Bears extend the lead to 10-0. Rookie Greg Zuerlein would add a 56-yard field goal, and the Bears led 10-3 at halftime. Bears defense, as you pointed out, Tom, pretty good today.
No doubt. This is 4th and 1. Tim Jennings has been a special player this year. 4 interceptions, a ton of passes defended. This is a coverage sack right here.
See, that's what we're talking about, Tom. I know you said that defensive line has gotten sacks, but this secondary has been playing their butts off.
And this is what the Bears had in mind when they drafted Shea McClellan in the 1st round. Peppers and McClellan joining for the sack. They sacked him 6 times today. 4th quarter, Bears still leading 10-6, 2nd down, 9. Cutler can do this a little bit, get out of the pocket, scramble.
Yeah.
Wide open spaces, 21 yards.
He's a much better athlete than I think people recognize. And the first 2 weeks, they really didn't use that athletic ability. New play caller and Mike Tice, get him on the edge and let him make plays.
Couple of plays later, I think Devin Hester would like that one back.
I don't know if he mistimed his judge. It's a great route, but I mean, a guy of Devin's athletic ability, get up and get it.
Give him, if he's 6'1", he catches this ball. He's 5'11".
I don't think I could have slid a credit card under his feet right there. He's supposed to have a 40-inch vertical.
3rd and goal. Cutler to Marshall. Coverage there from Bradley Fletcher. Bears would be forced to kick a field goal, 22 yards out. 13-6, Chicago on top.
It's Tim Jennings again.
There he is.
Major Wright takes this one in for 6, but that play's made possible because Tim Jennings is there to deflect the pass. And I don't know what that is.
I have no idea.
I don't know what that was.
No idea. And I usually know all the new dances.
Yeah.
You know, I kind of make sure I want to know all the new stuff that these young folks are doing these days.
Don't you give a guy a free pass? I mean, if he scored a touchdown.
You can do whatever you want to.
Okay.
23-6. They say act like you've been there before. What if I ain't been there before, baby?
Let's get to
Some
the
people might say
highlights.
oogly.
Yeah.
I heard it both ways.
UGLY. You ain't got no alibi. There's Matt Forte. Didn't play last week against the Rams, but he was back on Monday, first quarter. Bears opening possession. Forte runs it up the middle 8 yards. Re-injures that right ankle on the play. Take another look at that. Sean Lissamore falls right on the ankle. Comes out of the game, needs to be retaped, but he's tough. He's back in. Second quarter now, still no score. Forte, again, 14 yards up to midfield. Ankle looking pretty good on that one, guys.
Yeah, no one. Clear sailing.
Yeah.
No one's in his way. I can run with a bad ankle if nobody's in my way.
Hey, guess what? Jay Cutler's upset. He's chippy. And then Michael Bush gets nowhere on that play. And then Cutler didn't like what happened on that drive. He refuses to acknowledge his offensive coordinator.
Boy, Mike Tyson. Ooh, boy, goodness gracious. Mike Tyson, you don't strangle him.
Well, look what happens here. Picked off Tony Romo. Des Bryant was on that route. I know, Sharper, you didn't like that one. That route ran by Des Bryant.
No, I'll let Donovan handle that.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later on in the show.
All right, next Cowboys possession. Romo scrambling. Hits Miles Austin. Down to the Bears 17. Cowboys call their second timeout. Next play, 46 seconds left. Tony Romo in and out of some traffic. They're down to the Bears 10. That was to Des Bryant. And then the next play, 20 seconds left. Tony Romo hits Miles Austin over the middle. 10 yards for the touchdown.
Great job there by Miles Austin.
At this point in the game, they're still in it. 10-7 Cowboys trail, but then the second half came.
And we very much have a game. This is the Bears' first possession. This is Cutler. This is the rookie Alshon Jeffrey for 11. That gets it to the 38. A couple of plays later, again, look at the time.
Look how wide open he is.
Yeah. They're just playing 7 on 7
Come on, that's a two-man route.
Sat down there for 16. Then on the very next play.
And Sensible again.
Brandon Marshall for 10. Gerald Sensible, everybody in the coverage, down to the 34. Then I think Devin Hester, speaking of open.
And yes, he's wide open.
Wide open.
It's a 34-yard touchdown. They reviewed it. It stood up. Ball was moving a bit. But a double move. Look at it on the Jumbotron. That ball did not come out. And the Bears lead 17-7. So what does Tony Romo do to answer? Well, he had it going there for a while with Dez.
Did a great job some part of the night.
And that's for 20, and he's talking to Chris Conti.
Catch the ball.
That's always what you do. But Kevin Ogletree can't hold on to that. That one's not necessarily Romo's fault. Major Wright picks it off, hit him in the chest.
I mean, where else do you want to hit the guy?
Is that a bad spot?
Sometimes they say it is a bad spot. Hit him in the hands.
Catch it with your nubs, and you'll drop it.
So the Bears get it back, but Cutler gives it back. DeMarcus Ware got there. Victor Butler picked it up. Rob Ryan, your thoughts?
Yeah, this was the only time we saw DeMarcus Ware get after Jay Cutler. They did a good job of protecting him all night. But on that play, you saw DeMarcus Ware, great sack, caused fumble, turnover for the Cowboys.
30th forced fumble of his career, but it didn't last long.
Give it back to him.
That happened. I don't know how that happened. That's Lance Briggs, and he's off to the races. That's going to go as a pick. And a 74-yard return. Tim Jennings out there running convoy.
That play right there changed the game.
Constant mistakes will lead to bad error.
No, look, it's 24-7. There's time. We're still in the third quarter, but Romo's misfiring there. And Miles Austin. There. No. Overthrown. Next play. 3rd and 6.
Catch the ball.
Oh, my helmet was in the way.
Is that what that was?
Yeah.
I hate when that happens.
Yeah, my fault.
We know it's your fault. We know it's your fault. Tell us something we don't know.
Yeah.
Now, did Alshon Jeffrey lose this ball here? Because ruling on the field is Morris Claiborne stripped it, ripped it, took it away, but then stepped out of bounds. They're going to say Cowboys ball, but elbow.
Mm-hmm. Elbow was down, which leads to the Bears.
One elbow equals a knee equals a you're down. All right, so let's go to the fourth quarter. 3rd and 5. Cutler. That's Brandon Marshall.
All day long.
At what point are we going to double team Brandon Marshall?
At some point. Don't wait till the fourth quarter because now it's over with.
It's over.
You single him up all night long. He's been killing you.
Yes.
Make an adjustment defense.
And that time was Brandon Carr. Now, 3 plays later, this is what it was. There's 3rd and goal. They call pass interference, but that ball got tipped. So after review, pick up the flag, wave it off. Robbie Gould kicks a field goal, 27-10. Cowboys are still in this game, guys. They're down 17. That's it. But they could not connect.
Boy, I tell you.
I mean, look at that.
1-800, please help.
That's kind of the story of the night, isn't it?
Yes,
Incomplete
it is.
there. Then just under 9 to go.
Yeah. Sooner or later, you knew that was going to happen.
Yeah.
That's a
Trying to
DJ
make
Moore
something
pick.
happen, forcing the football.
Now, Gruden was saying that might not have been Romo's fault. Maybe it's Austin's fault. Either way, it doesn't matter whose fault it is.
But
This
whose
is
fault
everyone's
is
fault.
this?
Whose fault is that? Because that's a Brandon Marshall touchdown.
He can't be more open if they were doing Skelly drill.
I'm telling
And
you.
Skelly is when there's no defense on the football field.
It looked like it right there.
That's exactly what it looked like.
34-18. Bears get a win here. They go to 3-1 to the Cowboys, and you guys picked the Cowboys before the game. Not to call you out or anything.
Yeah, thank you.
No, but this is
lot of
a
people
home
did.
game for the Cowboys on a Monday night. Not supposed to be run off the field. Losing may be acceptable. Losing like this, I don't know. Brian Urlacher and that Bears team dominated 34-18.
The Jaguars and the Bears. Blaine Gabbert, 5 touchdowns, only 1 interception heading into this game.
Well, that number is going to go north.
Second quarter, game tied at 3. Gabbert looking to his second-year wide receiver, Cecil Shorts. One-handed catch, 34-yard gain.
Quarterback out.
Nice grab.
Not a bad throw, but yeah, well thrown by Blaine Gabbert also.
Shook Tim Jennings as well. Tim Jennings having a Pro Bowl caliber season.
Bears
Early.
defense would dominate from there. Sacked by Corey Wooten, recovered by Julius Peppers.
This Bears start, this 4-1 start, I don't mean to give away what's the outcome of this game, but the 4-1 start has been spearheaded by this Bears defense.
3-3 at halftime, 6-3 late in the third quarter. Picked off by Charles Tillman, thrown right to him. He takes it back 36 yards and it's 13-3.
Not only staring your receiver down, but a bad throw, too, right to the defender.
Saw that on Monday night. Charles Tillman taking one back for 6.
Jay Cutler now when it's 20-3. You know who he'd like to find. That's Brandon Marshall. 24 yards out. Got a couple of steps on Derek Cox. That's a touchdown.
That works, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Brandon Marshall, 12 catches today, I believe, for 120-some yards.
12 catches, buck 44, and the Bears score
more than
38 straight points.
Unbelievable.
Wow. Chicago improves to 4-1. Are they as good as that record would say?
In the NFC North right now, yes, they are. They've got some issues on offense they've got to clean up, but that defense right now is playing.
All eyes on Jay Cutler. How he goes, I think this team goes.
Win the Super Bowl, and since that day, people have questioned his toughness. Let's get to the highlight.
Matthew Stafford, 1-3 career as a starter against the Bears, and Jay Cutler, as you said, would prove he's a pretty tough dude. First quarter, no score. Matt Forte runs left.
Yeah, he's tough.
39 yards.
Tough to bring down, too.
Down to the line. 7 is where he was brought down. Forte had 71 yards in the first half. Next play, 1st and goal now. Here's Cutler. He finds Brandon Marshall. 7-yard touchdown. The Bears lead 7-0. Look at Marshall's arm. Get that guy a bandage or something. Got blood dripping down.
No, that's about being a football player. Huh?
That's downright dirty.
blood,
2
you're not
Bears
playing
possessions
football.
later.
Look at 50
Jay
feet by
Cutler
Jay
scrambling. He gets a little 24-yard pickup there. Corey Williams gets called for a personal foul. That moves down to the Lions 21. That leads to a 39-yard field goal, and the Bears lead 10-0. Second quarter now. Cutler pressured, and here's that play. That's a whole lot of man coming down on Jay Cutler. An 8-yard loss, but that'll knock the wind out of you. That'll take your ribs out just a bit. That'll shake your head up just a bit.
Look at Sue checking on him, though. That's not the Sue that we know.
Saying that's a kind-hearted Indominus.
It looks like a lion in the Serengeti taking down his prey. That is what that looks like. Cutler would leave. He would come back, though.
He says now bruised ribs after the game. Bruised ego here for Stephon Logan. Again, he mishandles a punt. This is third quarter. Zach Bowman just signed back off the street with the recovery.
He was making a lot of bad decisions.
Got to hold on to the ball. Leads to a Robbie Gould 21-yard field goal. Lions get the ball back. Matthew Stafford and a Burleson, and here's an injury here for a Lion. And it's a wide receiver, and it's his right leg. Gets caught underneath him.
Praying for you, Nate. Hopefully just a hyperextension. We'll see.
Nate Burleson in front of the program. We send our best. 9 plays later, 1st and goal from the 2. Stafford over the head of Calvin Johnson, but Peanut.
Yeah, but how about the job Peanut did all game against Calvin Johnson?
Pass interference there.
Great play.
They go back on 1st down.
This is what we grew accustomed to seeing last year end up in 6 points. This year, not
that's a great
so
play by
much. Great coverage. Great coverage.
Great coverage by Peanut.
Charles Tillman gets a hand in there. At that point, Calvin Johnson only 1 catch for 6 yards. Next play, they go to the ground. Joey Bell, if you're going to hold that ball over and try to get it over the goal line, you got to hold on. He could not do it. And it's going to be a fumble. Brian Urlacher recovers. They review it. It's Bears football right there in the one. Let's go to the fourth quarter now. Still 13-0. Lions trying to get something going. Stafford to Calvin Johnson for 12 yards and a first down to the 30. That is only his second catch of the game. 3 plays later, Stafford again wants Calvin Johnson. Picked off by Chris Conte at the Bears 20. But they'd review it, and they overturn it. They say incomplete, it hit the ground. 4 plays later, you are not going to overturn that. It's dropped. Major Wright could not hang on. Next play, 3rd and goal. The 11th play of the drive. Incomplete, back in the end zone, Calvin Johnson. They're going for it now, 4th down. 12th play of the drive. Have to score. Under 3 to go. Stafford flushed out and picked off. DJ Moore.
4th down, just trying to make a play, but
that is not a good look right there.
You see the snot bubbles? I saw the snot bubbles.
He'd be okay. The Bears would eventually punt. Lions get the ball back. Here, Stafford to Titus Young for 21. That gets it down to the 35. We're now under a minute remaining. Lions out of timeouts. Stafford again to Titus Young. My dog was named Titus, by the way, growing up. Did I tell you that?
No.
Okay, that's good for 23 down to the
next play. Next play.
2 plays later. Ryan Broyles, touchdown. First NFL touchdown for the former Oklahoma Sooner. It's a 13-7 ball game. Onside kick. Got to go onside kick.
Oh, got to get a better onside kick.
Earl Bennett.
Earl?
Jay Cutler's Vanderbilt teammate, Earl Bennett, with the recovery. And again, Cutler says ribs on the right side. Bruised ribs. He hung in there. He played. Jason Campbell briefly. But at the end, it's Brian Urlacher and Jake Cutler winning this game, 13-7. And Urlacher afterwards with our Michelle Beisner.
The Windy City, Carolina at Chicago. Cam Newton under a lot of pressure lately. Jay Cutler and the Bears looking to extend their lead in the NFC North. First quarter, no score. Matt Forte takes it into the end zone, 13 yards. Bears take the 7-0 lead. He had 70 yards on the day.
He can do it all, this guy.
Next Bears possession, they're up by 4.
Throw the ball away, Jay. Throw the ball away, Jay.
Right there, right
Sacked
there.
and fumbles the
That's
ball.
the kind of stuff that makes me mad.
Yeah, the coverage made him hold on to the football.
You gotta throw it away, though, man.
Carolina recovers on the Bears' 16-yard line. Second quarter, Panthers, 3rd and 3 from the 9. Cam Newton.
Do what you do, Cam.
Get it in there.
Get it in.
Hey,
Hold on.
And he fumbles.
They recovered.
They recover. All is well. The Panthers get the touchdown. Take another look. Is this a bad decision? He got lucky, or?
Major Wright pops that ball out. Nice hit.
I was watching the game.
Johnny on the spot.
I was watching the game, and it made all the noise about Cam not going over to the guy and saying, thanks for recovering the fumble.
Third quarter, Panthers ball up 16-7. Cam Newton finds Steve Smith deep.
Go up and get it, Steve.
47 yards.
Boy, he plays big, Mike.
To be so small, Coach, you're absolutely right. He's one of those guys, and I love him, but he has a Napoleon complex, and he will beat you for calling him small. He will beat you bad.
That led to a Panthers field goal. They're up 19-7. There's nothing wrong with short people. Fourth quarter, here come the Bears.
Oh,
nice catch.
That's a nice throw and catch right there, Jay.
To Kellen Davis for the 12-yard touchdown. Bears down 19-14. Panthers 1st and 10. Cam Newton is picked off by Tim Jennings, who returns a 25
really
yards.
The play of the game, because you'll see Steve Smith slip down on the turf here. Tim Jennings has an easy pick 6.
The Bears up 20-19 after a failed 2-point conversion. Tim Jennings all over it on that one.
Tim Jennings has been balling this season.
2 interceptions in the game. Newton's turn, though. No time to sulk. 3rd and 1 on their own 45-yard line.
Do what you do, Cam.
Get out of bounds.
Don't trust nobody.
16 yards for the first down. Panthers have the ball at the 39. 5 plays later.
Look at that ball in the air.
Incomplete to Steve Smith.
Nice try.
Good try, Steve.
Didn't make the play, though. That would force the Panthers to kick a field goal. Newton finished with 2 interceptions.
Oh, right there. Oh, that
field goal gives them the lead. Now they got to hang on.
All right, 4th and 8. Here's Justin Medlock, 45 yards out.
He's already kicked
for the
4.
field goal.
That's number 5, and it's a
just off the upright. Take another look.
It counts.
Panthers take the 22 20 lead. Medlock
Everything the
pumped
hard
up.
way in Carolina.
Still time for the Bears,
Beast
though.
Marshall.
That's a man.
Love this combination right there, Brandon Marshall.
Robbie Gould getting ready. Next play, 1st and 10. Cutler to Marshall again.
They go
Big
give
body.
it to you. Take it.
Just a big body covering up the place and
6
catching the ball.
6 catches in the 4th quarter.
That sets up this. 41 yards out. Robbie Gould for the win.
Other silver, we want the gold. Robbie Gould.
Wow.
Bears win 23-22. They are now 6-1.
Does love it get love?
Games going final now, including the Bears and the Titans. Chris Johnson. Been hot recently. We see how we do against Brian Urlacher, the strong Bears defense.
He just drank some fumbling juice, is what he did.
Tell me a little bit about
Where do you buy that at?
Charles Peanut Tillman here, Tom.
Charles Tillman is the best in the National Football League at forcing fumbles. In fact, I have a nugget for you here, Paul. In his career, Peanut Tillman has forced 30, so we call that the ball punch, by the way. 36 forced fumbles. You know how many Ray Lewis, maybe the best defender in our lifetime? 19 forced fumbles. Wow. That's a block punt, by the way. But I just needed the extra time to just tell you
it's a good
how
nugget.
good Peanut Tillman has been at creating turnovers.
And we get to watch
that in a little bit, though.
Watch the special teams again. Sherrick McManus with the punt. Corey Wooten the touchdown.
And this is where you talk about team complementary football. And, Tom, this is why I think that team's scary, because they can do it on all 3 phases.
Absolutely.
Pass rush coming around for the Bears, too.
And this is what you love. And honestly, when you can rush 3 and 4 and not have to manufacture a pass pressure in this business, you always have a chance to be successful.
That's been their key all year defensively, is being able to pressure quarterbacks with just 4.
So we're showing a punt. It wasn't blocked. Devin Hester has it, so you know it's going to be a big return. 44 yards inside.
Oh, come on.
Inside the 10.
Hey, guys from Palm Beach County normally make that last guy miss, Tom. I'm a little disappointed. I'm going to send him a text and get on to him for that one. You got to score.
Matt Forte didn't have a lot of carries. 12
this?
for 103 and that touchdown.
That's a Heath Evans touchdown right there.
Right, they're ugly.
Just keep grinding,
But
keep
guess,
pushing.
Guess what? They still count for 6
That's right.
points.
That's what I'm saying.
Look at all these linemen. This is what I love. Hey, this is an energized football team now. Yeah. They get it. They bought into whatever Mike Tyson's selling. Telling you, health is their key, though.
Still in the first quarter, the Bears have a special teams touchdown. They have an offensive touchdown in a couple of seconds, or maybe about 7 or 8, because Brian Urlacher not running real fast here. They'll have an offensive touchdown.
That move was nice, though. Yeah. It might not be that 4-4-40 anymore, but those subtly quick feet got him in the end zone.
When you got a wiggle like that, you don't need to run 4-5, right?
I didn't have that wiggle, though, Tom.
That's the 7th interception return for a touchdown on the year. Here comes the ball punch.
Look at Tillman.
I'm telling you.
4 today, right?
4 forced fumbles. Again, the number. 36 in his career. Ray Lewis, 19 forced fumbles.
People, you have no idea how tough that is in full live NFL speed to have that type of precision punching that ball. He does it every week.
Look at that athletic play by Jay Cutler. On the move while stepping up across his body to Brandon Marshall. Bears up 28-2.
Well, this is an element that most people probably still don't recognize about Jay, but he is an outstanding athlete.
Absolutely.
Has to be behind that offensive line.
We've seen Chris Johnson fumble once. How about seeing him fumble
punch
twice?
Oh, no, that's Brian Urlacher executing the ball punch.
I'm telling you. But this is Lovie Smith, though. Wherever he's been, when you played against him, this is the one thing all our head coaches, this team is going to rake the ball every time they get a chance.
It's taught. This is not something that happens just by chance. This happens because this is something they focus on every day in practice.
Yeah. Urlacher with the strip and Hayden with the recovery. Nice job of looking off there by Jay Cutler. Can't throw it much better than that. Wow. Brandon Marshall's 2nd touchdown of the day.
I love that catch. You saw the little Randy Moss-esque little left arm push-off hesitation, right arm extend. I love it.
Delicious.
Charles Tillman with
another
one. Did I just hear delicious?
You did. No, that was delicious, man. That was another. I'm telling you. You guys think I'm a goofball. No, that goes without saying. But look at that.
I love
That's like a boxer.
Listen, if you see 33, all the opposing NFL teams, you see 33, just hit the ground. Just hit the ground.
That's being a master of the craft right there. That's Jay Cutler off his back foot to Brandon Marshall. 3rd time they hook up. Charles Tillman says yes. I provided the ball there.
We talked about this earlier. There are pieces to that puzzle on offense. Yes. Charles Tillman, we salute you as well.
Absolutely.
We have, because he's headed back to the Pro Bowl this year. But pieces to that puzzle in place offensively. Forte better than 100 yards. Marshall better than 100 yards. Cutler 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. Got to see how it all unfolds against the better defenses in the league.
Bears with an NFL best 28 turnovers created after this game.
Sunday night, 7-1 Houston at 7-1 Chicago. How's that weather forecast?
Rain.
Lots of rain. They didn't tarp the field before the game. Speaking of rain, Charles Tillman's wife's water did not break Sunday, so maybe it's due on Monday, which should be good. Early on, turnover fest. Jay Cutler to Kellen Davis, hit by the former Bear Danielle Manning. And here we go. It led to a Texans field goal and a 3-0 lead.
That's brain.
But they were far from done. Michael Bush with a nice run on 4th and 1, but the bad turnover.
Can't put the church's money on the floor.
Next Bears drive, Cutler to Davis, but it's Danielle Manning, the former Bear. But look at this after the play.
Came to play, baby.
Brian Urlacher, how you doing?
It's his former teammate.
Cutler throwing that thing with a bow on it.
Okay, second quarter. Matt Schaub, picked by Tim Jennings, who's got 8 interceptions.
He better go to the Pro Bowl. I'm mad. Both corners should go to the Pro Bowl.
Led to a Robbie Gould 51-yard field goal in a 3-3 game. It's now 10-3. Cutler gets whammied on this play. Now we got a whole bunch of stuff to sort through. First of all, he got the hit by Tim Dobbins. He gets flagged on that. Plus, Cutler was over the line of scrimmage. They reviewed it. Illegal, so they're offsetting penalties. Now, Cutler stays in the game. 3 plays later, Cutler looking for Brandon Marshall, but it's Kareem Jackson who's having a great year.
Man, just Cutler, he's going to give you a couple of those.
Yep.
Just the game.
Well, in fairness, diagnosed with a concussion at halftime, he did not return for the second half. So Jason Campbell, come on down.
Yeah. Oh boy.
But this is good. Right?
I can't believe
this part is good. Brandon Marshall, 45 yards on this pitch and catch.
Nice throw.
You can't believe me? A wonderful catch, yeah. You can't believe you said that. Leave that, man.
Led to a Gold field goal, and they're down 10-6. Fourth quarter, under 6 to go. Schaub looking for Garrett Graham. Now, this is on 3rd and 19. Oh, Urlacher can't stop him. Gains 11 and led to a Shane Graham field goal to give him a touchdown lead.
They were needing a touchdown anyway. Chicago with them. They were up by 4, down by 4.
No, I got it, but you're talking about a win as opposed to a tie. And
Let the man do the highlight, Mike.
Here, Jason Campbell and Kellen Davis.
They couldn't have even got a tie. They couldn't have got a tie with a field goal. But let him do the highlight.
All right, well, that one.
You got to make that play right there, Marshall. That's why you are Jason Campbell. That play must be made by Jason
Last chance for the Bears. It's 3rd and 16. Campbell looking for Brandon Marshall. He got him for 8, so that's half the total. Marshall finished with 8 catches for $107.
Yes, I did. Oh, Brandon Marshall. My bad.
Next play, 4th and 8. Campbell, at least go past the chains. Just do me that favor.
He did it.
All right, but he didn't as well. So the Texans, Wade Phillips got that defense balling.
Going out to San Francisco, Jason Campbell, he was the backup for Jay Cutler. Didn't see a lot from him, but Colin Kaepernick, he would turn out to be the star as Alex Smith was the late scratch with the concussion. 49ers up 3-0. There's Kaepernick deep to Kyle Williams, a 57-yard gain on that. He's tackled down at the 3. Jim Harbaugh saying, yeah, I told him to do that. It's my backup. On the next play, 1st and goal from the 3, Kaepernick off play action. Throws right to Vernon Davis for a 3-yard touchdown. Early on, the 49ers are up 10-0. Take another look there. Look at Frank Gore. Watch what he does to Lance Briggs.
This is a great play call, great play design with the run action fake. Vernon Davis wide open in the back of the end zone.
Second quarter, 49ers still up 10-0. 2nd and 3 from their own 36. Deep again to Vernon Davis.
Say, I'm not a running quarterback. I can throw the ball too.
Yeah, 4 plays later, 2nd and 10 on the Bears 14. Kendall Hunter runs up the middle, breaks tackles on the way in for the 14-yard touchdown. 49ers up 17-0. Next Bears drive, 3rd and 12. Jason Campbell's throw intercepted by Terrell Brown, who returns it to the Bears' 44-yard line. 49ers would capitalize.
It's a great break on the ball.
He sat on that thing.
49ers turned that one into a field goal, and then there's Jason Campbell again.
I tell you what, if you go to Candlestick neighborhood, don't mess with them Smith brothers. You're going to be asking for trouble.
20-0 lead at the half, 49ers.
Niners outgained them 249-35 in the first half. Poured it on in the 3rd quarter. Kaepernick to Mario Manningham. Look at the little deke on Tim Jennings, and that's no stip out there, Darren Sharp.
No, that's a Pro Bowl player. A lot of people might have said maybe a guy that could be up for Defensive Player of the Year, but that lets you know it was not the Bears' night.
3 plays later, we have a Michael Crabtree sighting. He's got 4 scores in his last 3 games. If he develops at all, look out for this team, Willie.
And this play wasn't designed to go to Crabtree. I mean, Kaepernick was all responsible for this play. He scrambled. extended their play and found Crabtree.
Jason Campbell
Give me that.
had no time to extend any
Oh,
plays.
my
Gets
goodness.
stripped here. Gabe Karimi tries to knock it out of bounds. Now, here's the wild thing. First of all, Campbell's down because he was just beaten like a rag doll all night. But then Alden Smith watching him push Karimi out, that's a flag. So Josh McCown, who was just re-signed on Tuesday, he's getting loose. But Campbell manned up. He stayed in. Not the wisest move. Finds Kellen Davis for the 9-yard gain.
Man, he was beat up. You have to give him some credit for staying in there because a lot of quarterbacks, and Will, you know this, would have said, okay, I've had enough.
I was saying it for him back here. I was just watching the game, too. 2 plays later, Campbell to Brandon Marshall, who was shut out in the first half. He does score his 8th touchdown of the year. A little jump ball. Bears are within 20, but this one was really over.
That was an angry touchdown right there. You could tell he was upset and frustrated all night.
Then Campbell, intended for Earl Bennett. Deshaun Goldston, I'll take that. Thank you, his 3rd INT this
I like
year.
that kid, Deshaun Goldston. Good safety in this league.
All right, so 4th quarter, Bears deep in their own end. Campbell sacked again by Alden Smith. Justin Smith there as well. But look at this. Shiloh Rochelle, number 62, tries to throw it out of the end zone. Willie, where did he go to school?
We don't want to talk about that.
He went to USC.
And listen, 3-man rush down here. This is a 3-man rush. This is 5 against 3, and they're still collapsing the pocket.
Originally called an incomplete pass. Jim Harbaugh says, well, wait a second. His knee was down. He challenges it, ends up being a safety.
Actually, it was a smart play. If his knee wasn't down, it was a smart play because it would have been an incomplete pass.
That's right.
I bet he didn't know that, even though he did go to USC.
Way to spin that one, James Carville. 32-7 is your final as the 49ers improved to 7-2-1 overall.
Vikings and the Bears. Jay Cutler cleared to play for Chicago back after missing Monday night's loss to San Francisco. Adrian Peterson, NFL's top leading rusher, has lost just 1 fumble so far this season. This is called foreshadowing. Vikings up 3-zip. First play of their drive. Adrian Peterson's 3rd carry of the day. He fumbles. Ball is stripped by Nick Roach. Charles Tillman recovers at the Vikings 34. Watch it again. Roach just collides with Peterson, forces the ball out. Tillman dives on it. 2nd lost fumble for Peterson. He looks at the replay and says, what happened? Yeah, okay, now I fumbled. All right, then. Ensuing Bears drive, 2nd and 7 from the Vikings 16. Cutler throws to Kellen Davis deep down the middle. 15 yards down to the 1-yard line. Michael Bush would take it in from 1 yard out to go up 7-3. Next Bears possession, same score. Cutler flushed out of the pocket. Gives A.J. Jefferson a stiff arm on the way out of bounds. Flips the ball to Jefferson. Cutler gets flagged for taunting on the play. Maybe the only quarterback to ever get flagged for taunting. Flipped the ball to Jefferson, but didn't like it. Drive would end in a Robbie Gould field goal. Bears lead 10-3. 2nd quarter now still 10-3. Jay Cutler, 1st and 10 on the Vikings 25-yard line. He rolls right in a play that takes forever to develop. Nope, not open here. Gonna go this way. Looking for Brandon Marshall. Front of the end zone. Pass is incomplete, but a flag on Antoine Winfield for pass interference. Watch the replay. Look at Brandon Marshall, like he's posting up. Like he's Dwight Howard. Give me the football. Minimal contact there. Still gets the pass interference. Next play, it's Michael Bush from 1 yard out. He's in the end zone for his 2nd touchdown of the day. Bears go up 16-3 on the extra point attempt. Look at punter Adam Pudlish, who takes into the end zone on the fake. Bears lead it 18-13. Suddenly, punters are fantasy viable. Ensuing Vikings drive down 18-3. Ponder looking for Devin Aromashodu. Instead, he's picked off by Chris Conti. Return to the Vikings 13-yard line. Vikings 2nd turnover of the day. Bears team that has more takeaways than any other team in the NFL, so you kind of figured this was going to happen. Next play, $1:55 left to go in the half. Jay Cutler looking to add to the lead, buy some time. Looking left, throws to Matt Spaeth. 13-yard touchdown, but there's no way he stayed in bounds. There's no way. Official signals touchdown. Wait a minute. Let's look at the replay. Somehow Matt Spaeth able to keep both feet in bounds. He makes the catch. Great play by Spaeth. Bears lead 25-3 at halftime. 3rd quarter now. 1st and 10 from the Vikings 44. Cutler looking for Brandon Marshall. Except this time Antoine Winfield is there. There is no pass interference on this play. Instead, it's an interception. It's tipped in the air. Winfield comes down with it. He returns it 31 yards all the way to the Bears' 40-yard line. However, an injury on the play. Take another look. During the return, Jared Allen takes a shot at Lance Lewis. Look at this. Leaves his feet. Lewis would not return to the game. Ensuing Vikings drive, 1st and goal on the 2, 5th play of the drive. Ponder off play action. Kyle Rudolph is wide open for the touchdown. Vikings trail 25-10. Bears have the ball. Matt Forte carries the ball. He fumbles. Mistro Lehman recovers. He returns it. Initially, it gets ruled a touchdown. Jay Cutler just deciding, I'm not going to try to tackle him. Play was under review. Why wasn't this a score? Why weren't the Minnesota Vikings back in the game? Refs say that Matt Forte was down prior to the ball coming loose. Forte was injured on the play. He did not return to the game. There it is right there before it comes out. 4th quarter now, Vikings trail 28-10. 4th and 2 from the Bears 8. Ponder looking for Michael Jenkins, maybe to get it a little bit closer. He rolls left away from his body, out of the end zone. Bears stay up by 3 scores with 14 minutes left to play. Big stand there by the Bears defense. 2 possessions later, Vikings still down 28-10, 3rd and 1 at midfield. Peterson fumbles the handoff from Ponder. Major right falls on the loose ball. 3rd turnover for the Vikings. Watch it again. They just can't handle the exchange. And they couldn't handle the Bears. Chicago is on to win it by the final score, 28-10. Jay Cutler, $188, a touchdown and a pick in the win.
Hey, Pete Carroll and the Seahawks, they've won 6 road games in his 2.5 years. 2 have been in the Windy City against Jay Cutler's Chicago Bears. This was a good one. First possession of the game, Cutler to his old college teammate Earl Bennett. And Michael Irvin, you ever make this sort of play? Watch this.
I made a whole bunch of plays. No, I haven't gone up and over like that, though.
My question is, where was Earl the rest of the game? He only had one catch. He got to make more plays for them.
3rd quarter, Bears down by 3. Matt Forte, Dion, that's somebody we don't call his number enough.
That's the poor man Marshall Faulk. You split him out wide, you one-on-one with a linebacker. You got to take that matchup every time.
Originally, do that more. Mike Tice, you hear me? Do that more. That man's unstoppable.
Originally ruled down by contact. Lovey threw the challenge flag and then got the touchdown. 4th quarter, just over a minute to go. Seahawks down by 4 on 4th and 3. Russell Wilson moving the chains to Zach Miller. And watch the rookie, the poise. We talked about it since the preseason.
Yeah, he's been playing such great football.
Russell, last name Wilson.
This one to Sidney Rice. And Pete Carroll says, hey, timeout, timeout, timeout.
Carroll kind of quick for his age.
60 plus, still running well.
And then Golden Tate, inspired by the resurgence of Notre Dame. Look at that move, playmaker.
In the end zone on that defense that we've been talking about is compared to the 84 Bears.
85.
But you don't see a Chicago Bears defense missing 1, 2, 3, 4 tackles.
Let's give Golden Tate some love. And Sidney Rice. Both those wide receivers played well today.
Caps a 12-play, 97-yard drive. So now with like 20 ticks left deep in their own territory, Jay Cutler's just got to get a miracle or a...
That's a great play.
Oh!
Look at this.
Oh, that's
Brandon
my man,
Marshall.
Beast mode right here.
That's a great play.
Another huge day for him.
10 catches for 165. Richard Sherman just knocked it down. He didn't, had it snagged away. Marshall emotionally spent.
He didn't take his Adderall today, Chris.
Easy. Robbie Gould, good as Gould to tie it for 46. We're in overtime. This is a cruel panel up here tonight, by the way. Extra session. Remember, Seattle gets it first. So if they kick a field goal, Bears will get a possession. Here on 3rd and 2, Wilson keeps it himself.
What that tells you about the quarterback when you give it to him 3rd and 2 on a running play?
Now on 3rd and 4.
His rushing yards added up today, too.
9 carries for 71 yards. This is a 12-yard scamper. But he did it with his arm as well. Threw for almost 300 yards. This one to Doug Baldwin. Now let's keep in mind, if they get a touchdown, it is over.
Dunny done.
Next play, Wilson to Sidney Rice, who gets laid out by Major Wright, but that is a touchdown. They looked at it.
He paid for it.
He did pay for it, but you know what?
Hopefully he's okay.
He's okay.
He got up,
he
shook
just took
it
a look
off.
now.
Yeah.
He's not going to be as sore as he would have been if this would have been ruled a fumble.
Very true.
So Seattle gets the much-needed road victory to improve to 7-5. And now the Bears and the Packers both 8-4.
Bears and the Vikings, Brian Urlacher out with a strained hamstring. Adrian Peterson needs 554 yards to reach 2,000. I think he's going to get them all on this play. First play from scrimmage, 1st and 10 from their own 20. Adrian Peterson up the middle. He is not human. He is like a piece of iron. Cuts to the right and picks up 51 yards. Really, we got to cut this guy open and get DNA from him, give it to everybody in the world, and we'll all be healthy. Watch the stiff arm on Chris Conte. Thanks for coming. Thanks for being here. Appreciate it. Have a seat on the turf. 5 plays later, 1st and goal from the 1. Adrian Peterson into the end zone for the touchdown. Peterson had 69 yards on the drive. First opening drive TD allowed by the Bears all season. Bears get the ball trying to answer. Jay Cutler looking for Alshon Jeffrey. Instead, he's picked off by Josh Robinson. And there he goes. It's going to be a pick 6 for Robinson. 49 yards. Touchdown Vikings. But it seems like this is a theme today. Pick 6s that get reviewed. Watch it again. Jeffrey slips and falls. Robinson takes advantage, but he is ruled out of bounds at the 5. So 3 plays later, 3rd and goal. Yeah, it's Adrian Peterson, and he's in. Peterson had 31 carries for $154 and 2 touchdowns today. Yeah, not bad. Minnesota up 14-0. Second quarter, Bears still looking for their first points. Jay Cutler looking for Alshon Jeffrey again. This time, he's able to find him. Jeffrey into the end zone on the catch. Bears trail 14-7. Cutler was a perfect 4 out of 4 on the drive. Third quarter, Bears ball still trailing 14-7, 3rd and 1. Cutler looking for Brandon Marshall, who had a huge day. Instead, it's Harrison Smith, who comes away with a pick. Watch this play. This play really turned the tide of the game forever in the favor of the Vikings. Harrison Smith not only takes the ball, but he goes 56 yards for the touchdown. This one, of course, was looked at. He stayed in bounds. Everything was okay. He's into the end zone. Smith, the rookie from Notre Dame's 3rd career pick, his 2nd pick 6. 21-7 now. Jay Cutler trying to throw the Bears back in it. Looking deep for Alshon Jeffrey again. Into the end zone. He gets that push off. Can't come up with it. Watch it again. First of all, the penalty didn't get called. Secondly, just off his hands. The drive would end in a punt. Fourth quarter, Bears possession, still trailing 21-7, 2nd and 10. Cutler is sacked by Everson Griffin. He fumbles. But Kellen Davis would recover for the Bears, the 29-yard line. However, 2 penalties on the play. It's a lot of flags here. First, Jared Allen has Cutler by the legs. Griffin comes in high. Griffin gets flagged for unnecessary roughness, but Jamarcus Webb is called for holding. All that pain and no play. Sorry, Jay Cutler, I know. You feel like something should have happened on that. 8 plays later, 3rd and 6. Cutler looking for Devin Hester, but it goes off his hands. It could have been a touchdown. Can't believe he dropped it. This is why they signed Brandon Marshall. Bring it up 4th down, 4th and 6. The Bears go for it. Now the ball goes over Brandon Marshall's hands. Cutler getting worked on the sideline. So there's a change at quarterback. Next Bears possession, Jason Campbell is in. 3rd and 15, $1:53 left. Campbell says, I know what I'm going to do. Look for Brandon Marshall. Touchdown. Bears down 21-14. So now, here we go. Bears on the onside kick. And it's Kyle Rudolph who makes the play. Look, when you get near Christmas, Rudolph is always going to play a big role. Vikings win it within a game of the Bears at 7-6. Packers and the Bears prepare for 5 minutes of greatness. Green Bay can clinch the NFC North with a win. The Bears 1-4 in their last 5 games. Apparently they are who we thought they were. Second quarter, no score, Bears possession. 2nd and 8 on the Pack 15. Jay Cutler hits Brandon Marshall over the middle. Casey Hayward meet the turf. Brandon Marshall meet the end zone. Fires the ball into the stands. That is a toss. 7-0 Bears. Watch it again. Hayward, please meet the ground. And there's a lucky fan who, hey, I got to touch it. It's a ball. It's a real ball. Ensuing Packers possession, 3rd and 4, the Bears 29. Aaron Rodgers hits James Jones over Kelvin Hayden. A 29-yard touchdown, score tied at 7 apiece for Jones. His 10th touchdown of the season. Watch it again. Hayden gets caught leaning. Jones blows by him. Rodgers loves it. Hayden getting a little bit of a talking to on the sideline. Okay, James Jones hasn't been good in like 5 weeks. You got to cover that guy. Okay, great. Same score, 2 Bears possessions later. Jay Cutler looking for Devin Hester. Picked off by Casey Hayward. Returns it down to the Bears 24. A little measure of revenge for Mr. Hayward. Watch it again. Cutler locks in on Hester the entire way. Double clutches. Throws it right to Hayward. Cutler furious on the bench. Ensuing Packers possession, 34 seconds left in the half, 2nd and goal. Rodgers. James Jones, touchdown again. His 2nd touchdown of the game. Packers lead 14-7 at the half. Jay Cutler still unhappy. 3rd quarter now, same score. Packers possession, 1st and goal. The Bears 6. Aaron Rodgers. This is not a replay. It's Aaron Rodgers to James Jones. Touchdown. Jones' 3rd touchdown catch of the day. It's 21-7. So now the Bears get the ball back. Things getting away from him. 3rd and 11. Cutler sacked by Mike Neal for a 5-yard loss. Cutler comes off the field, jogging and wincing. Appears to be getting some attention on his shoulder on the sideline, but he would not leave the game. So Packers ball, 5th play of the drive, Ryan Grant. This looks like 2007. And then he fumbles like it's 2007. Nick Roach recovers for the Bears at the 37. Grant can't believe it. Ensuing Bears possession, 1st and 10 from their own 42. Jay Cutler looking for Alshon Jeffrey. Incomplete deep. However, Morgan Burnett gets called for just a little bit of pass interference on that play. Sets up a 1st and goal, the Packers 5. 4 plays later, they go for it on 4th and goal. Jay Cutler, Alshon Jeffrey, touchdown, but Jeffrey called for offensive pass interference. Watch the replay. He pushes off of Sam Shields. That gets him open. That draws the flag. Instead, it was a 34-yard field goal by Olindo Mare. Bears trail 21-10. 4th quarter now. Aaron Rodgers looking to take it himself. Scrambles for 5 yards short of the 1st down. Slow to get up. Rodgers would try to walk it off on the sideline, though, and he would stay in the game. Green Bay holding their collective breath. Watching Aaron Rodgers. Next play, Packers line up for a 42-yard field goal attempt. Mason Crosby, dink, hits the left upright, his 2nd missed field goal of the game, an 8th straight game with a missed field goal. So the Bears get the ball back. 2nd and 17. Cutler is pressured, sacked by Clay Matthews, 7-yard loss. Matthews back after missing 4 games with a hamstring. Bears forced to punt. 2 plays later, Bears lining up to punt on 4th down. Punt fielded by Randall Cobb, who throws it back across the field for Jeremy Ross, who can't make the catch. Anthony Walters comes in and recovers for the Bears. Holding on the Packers gets declined. Watch it again. Oh, I think this is the last time the Packers will try this play. Bears get back in it. Mike McCarthy says, yeah, let's pull that one out of the playbook. Bears get a field goal to trail 21-13. So now, a little bit less than 3 minutes left to go. 3rd and 10 from their own 44. Cutler, Alshon Jeffrey down the sideline for a 36-yard gain, but just like on the touchdown, Jeffrey called for pass interference. Watch again, the push-off of Sam Shields. Guys don't get called for this, and Jeffrey's had it happen to him twice in the same game. 2 plays later, Bears going for it on 4th and 9. Cutler looking for Jeffrey. Incomplete. Bears turn it over on downs. This time, it's Sam Shields who makes contact and gets away with it right here. Watch here, Shields had a little bit of the grab right there, not called. Jay Cutler still furious, but this is what happens. Packers hold on to win 21-13. They clinch their 2nd straight NFC North title. Rodgers, 291 and 3 touchdowns in the win.
What about the 8-6 Bears? They could win out and still miss the postseason party. Out in Arizona, Jay Cutler to Brandon Marshall.
Great adjustment. Harassed all day.
Would lead to a Matt Forte touchdown and a 14-3 lead. 3rd quarter. Oh, that's somebody from Florida State trying to explain. Patrick Peterson, LSU. But he's 21 reasons.
Yeah, 21 reasons.
All right, no. Do we have a touchdown for the Bears?
We do.
Defensive? Charles Tillman?
That hasn't happened in a while. Here we go again.
No, 8th interception return for a touchdown this year. So here we go, the NFC playoff picture.
Bears and the Lions. Chicago trying to squeak in the playoffs after starting 7-1. Meanwhile, Calvin Johnson trying to become the new CJ2K, just 108 yards away from 2,000 on the season. Lions ball, no score. 2nd play of the drive. 1st and 10, their own 37. Stafford to Calvin Johnson, 90 yards away from 2,000 now. This drive would end in a 44-yard field goal. Lions take a 3-0 lead. Ensuing Bears possession looks just like it did at Vanderbilt. Jay Cutler, bubble screen to Earl Bennett, 60 yards and a touchdown. Bears lead 7-3. Bennett, 5 catches for 109 yards and that touchdown on the day. Second quarter, Lions trailing 10-3. Second and 10 from their own 33. Matthew Stafford in the pocket. He's sacked. And Julius Peppers falls on it. Recovers down at the Lions' 10-yard line. First and goal for Chicago. Watch it again right here. Israel Idonije just knocks the ball out of Stafford's hand for the sack and the fumble. 4 plays later, Matt Forte gets a touchdown. Who said he doesn't get red zone carries? Well, with Michael Bush out, he does. Bears lead 17-3. Lions have the ball back. Stafford looking for Tony Scheffler. Picked off by Tim Jennings, who's done this a couple of times this season. Returns at 31 yards all the way to the Lions' 23. The drive would end in a Lindo Mare field goal. Jennings with his 9th pick of the season. 3rd and 10 on the Bears' 25, 17 seconds left in the half. Matt Stafford, Chris Durham for the 27-yard touchdown. Lions going to the break down 20-10. Moving on to the third quarter, 1st and 10, their own 47. 4th play of the drive. Stafford looking for Calvin Johnson. Looks like the same play as the first one of the highlight. 18 yards. Johnson has 41 yards in the game, 67 away from 2,000. 2 plays later, 2nd and 9 in the Bears' 34. Stafford, Calvin Johnson, again. Johnson is now 43 yards away from 2,000. 3 plays later, 3rd and goal in the Bears' 10. Stafford, Will Heller gets the 10-yard touchdown. Lions only trail 20-17. Let's see the dance by Will Heller here. Hang on a second. Okay. I'm going to slap hands, and I'm going to, I don't quite know what that was. Snowblower, possibly? Not sure. 4th quarter, Lions trail 26-17, 3rd and 10, their own 32. Stafford scrambles, runs up the middle for a gain of 4. Hit hard at the end of the play. Stafford goes down. He gets crunched by a couple of Bears. Unnecessary roughness. Watch again. Lance Briggs called for hitting Stafford late. The Lions would have punted, given new life by the Bears penalty. 3 plays later, 1st and goal from the 9. Brian Robisky. It's everybody not named Calvin Johnson scoring touchdowns today. Lions trail 26-24. 2 possessions later, Bears ball, same score, 3rd and 3. Jay Cutler scrambles. Look at that nimble Jay Cutler go. 19 yards. Cutler gets the first down. Bears hold on to win 26-24. Still need help to get in. The Lions finish the season on an 8-game losing streak.